What's good, people? I'm Paul.
And I'm Mekz.
And we are the Cannon Club. Newcastle 2, Arsenal 0. Complete fixture, 4-0 Newcastle on aggregate. They go through to the Carabao Cup final. Arsenal dumped out in the semi-finals. Today, we're just going to talk all things Arsenal, obviously, in terms of the fallout from being knocked out by Newcastle in a very comprehensive win, in my opinion. The goals came from Isak and Gordon, one in the first and one in the second half. A very disappointing result. I think a very disappointing performance. And once again, when crunch time comes, Arsenal don't have that bite to see us over the line. Terrible performances all over the pitch, which we will get into briefly. Mekz, how you feeling, bro?
It's annoying because you know the thing is, I think as Arsenal fans, you go in like we did, you do your predictions and you are optimistic, and you want the club to win. Whether you deep down in your heart believe that we were going to go to St. James and win is another thing, which I know a lot of us probably thought it's a tough ask, but we're optimistic. We predict wins. I predicted a win, but I thought we wouldn't go through. You predicted more of an emphatic win, but you said there'll be goals all over the gaff by both teams. We just didn't turn up in any way. That is so poor. Saliba was so poor. And it's just like we had the opportunity here to, at least go out, like I say, if we get a win on the night, but, don't go through. We tried,
Yeah.
But you lose 2-0 in the first leg away from home. Like you're always gonna have an uphill battle. Sorry, whether it's flipping away goals or not. Yeah. So we just didn't put our best foot forward. It was very, very embarrassing. Long journeys for the team, for fans to go all the way there and come back with nothing. It's just an embarrassing day out, especially after a 5-1 win at Man City. This is I remember saying to I think I said to a colleague, like, I can't get excited at 5-1 as much as a great, emphatic, big result. We've kind of beaten a team we've been trying to beat for time now. Like my team is so up and down right now. Like we just have to see. This is exactly why I refuse to get excited at 5-1. But yeah, that's where we are.
A bit ironic because Josh Kroenke came out telling us to be excited a couple of years ago, and all now, no real reasons to get excited on a larger scale in terms of obviously trophies. When it hit, the second goal went in, I was on Twitter, saying they should have fired up the jet, get ready for Dubai, start doing your pre-flight checks because, it is clear that it was needed. Going back to the start of the game, obviously the lineup was as we suspected. I think one of us, or maybe both of us, both said that they'd probably go with the same lineup that trumped City 5-1, and we did. It was a fiery start, loads of free kicks. The game was stop and start. The fans were up for it, booing Arsenal at every touch. Arsenal were showing that they were up for it, but I did sense a little bit of, wobble. And then before you know it, Isak had the ball in the back of the net early doors, and we were offside. I do want to focus on him just very quickly.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who, I'm not getting at the club for not signing Isak. He had one good season in Spain. He was injury prone. He was a risk. Now, of course, we're in a position now where it's like we want the club to take a risk. But this guy has just shown he's like, to me, he's the best striker in the league right now, like levels above anyone. He can pop it from long. He's like bouncing off Saliba and Gabriel, making them look so average. Do you have any thoughts about how good this guy is and if there's any chance that we can actually go and grab him in the summer?
We ain't buying him in the summer. We should have bought him when he was at Sociedad and costed 60 million.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't want to buy him then. He is a fantastic striker. Like, if there's anyone to come to this club and take the number 14 shirt, it's that man, because he plays like a certain number 14 to an extent. Like, Haaland is obviously just what he is in the box, like, you know, very efficient and all that kind of thing in terms of as a striker. But this is more of like a complete player, like a complete forward, if you like. Yeah, he's like he's that guy. He is who we need, and we're all, as Arsenal fans, watching this and watching him decimate what we're calling, you know, the best centre-back partnership in the Premier League, and just treat them like small boys. Like, it's we are not going to get Isak done in the summer, because it's going to cost the best part of 120 plus, I reckon, like, to even
100%.
dream of getting him out of there. But that's the kind of guy we need. And boy, we've been shopping at Sociedad for a minute. I don't know how we left this one behind. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that makes me go on to, you know, it was a game of fine margins again when it came to the finishing. And another player who was at Sociedad on loan, Martin Ødegaard, he has a chance at 0-0 on his right foot. Nice bit of intricate ball play. I think Partey fires it into Trossard. He has a little flick. Martinelli plays it around the corner while getting fouled. It falls to Ødegaard, our captain, in enough space just that he could just side foot that in with his right foot. He doesn't need to do too much. Somehow he panics, he slices the ball on his right foot, and, you know, maybe not more than a minute or two later, Isak goes through, puts a pearler of a shot onto the post with his weak foot. And Jacob Murphy, as I spoke about him in the pre-match, he's on form, he's there. You know, a bit of a fortunate bounce, but that's the way football goes. Lands in his path and it's 1-0. Our captain's off form, bro. Our captain is off form.
He shanked it, like sliced across it. I think it hit the post and went out and stuff. But you've got to hit the target at the very least. I'm not even saying it's an easy opportunity. It seemed this easy. You trust who it's falling to, that they're going to make the most of it. But the strike wasn't right. Didn't test the keeper. Went wide. You know, great opportunity gone begging. And like I said, these are the few chances we got early on, especially before their goal came. That it's like, you know, we put that away. They don't even get their chance. It doesn't happen.
This is it. Like, they don't get their chance. Then, and we're in a different position. They're on the back foot. They don't know whether, you know, to come or go. You know, everything starts going to their head. The crowd gets a bit more deflated. Before you know it, anything can happen, but it didn't. And the game kind of started to fizzle out a little bit. They had a few more chances. We had a few. Trossard, I believe, had maybe the biggest chance and maybe scuffed at the chance, and Dubravka saved well. And then everything just went to absolute crap in the second half when we got caught out like we did to City. Raya plays the ball into Rice, who was asking for it. Terrible idea. I don't even know who made the tackle. Falls to Gordon, 2-0, game over. See you later. See you, sucker. And I thought
Raya had got those situations, mistakes out of his system.
Yeah.
Granted, Rice is asking for the ball, and, you know, not that he wasn't playing six on this occasion, but he has a license to come deep and ask for the ball. I don't think Rice done anything wrong. Like, you could say he could check his mirrors and make sure like no one's behind him and stuff. But Raya, you are looking at him.
True.
You can see the man on his back, right?
Yeah.
Where maybe he can't, sort of thing. And you've dilly-dallied on the ball so long, you're being closed down by, I think it's probably Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
So now you've just dispatched the ball to anybody somehow when you're about to lose it. Put him under pressure. He's been tackled. You're out of position. Anthony Gordon gets it back, slots it home. That was Raya's making. That was all him. And I was happy as Gordon wheeled off, the cameras went straight to Raya's face. And I was like, yes, you have to look at your stupid face now, because this was all you, bro. Yeah. This was all you. You messed this up. Like, it was just a schoolboy error at a time where it's not like we were in the ascendancy. We weren't playing well or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we're trying to fight to get back into this match. And then you go and do that.
Yeah. I mean, at that point,
hands and go home. Like, it's done. It's
that point,
done.
I thought the tie was already done, but
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah,
get a goal, maybe a goal or two, make them work for it a bit more. But I mean, I don't even think it was 60 minutes and the tie was done. The crowd
hmm
had gone a bit flat because what's the need to get up for it anymore?
yeah,
I guess in addition to that, we see that well, I guess he's been a man in and out of form. Martinelli pulls up with a hamstring injury. He does walk off, but that's looking like another 4 to 6 weeks.
yeah.
And now our attacking our attacking force is Waneri, Sterling, Trossard, and Havertz. That is it.
Only if we had like a transfer window to sign players.
That would be lit.
Only,
That would be
only if. But oh, it was only this week the transfer window flipping closed, and we didn't do nothing about it.
nothing.
Now look,
Yeah, it's terrible, and I don't know. Arsenal always get punished for not acting or not doing what they should do, which you would think. I don't know. Like looking at the history of Arsenal, you just think, gosh, you have to act. I understand the lack of feeling like you wanted someone to add to it, and January's a tough market, and that means you probably have to involve that person in your overall plans. It might stop you from getting somebody else, but again, as we kind of said in our January transfer window video, the players are shot. Like Saliba, probably the worst performance I've seen him in. I can't even remember.
for sure it's the worst. For
The
sure it's the worst.
worst. Gabriel wasn't that great. Rice was looking a bit leggy passes. We were just half a pace off. Bully, tired after expending all that energy with City. We've come and we've blown out gas, and it would have been nice to have a signing or two to play in the game like this to say, right, come in and let's see what we can do. We got the 10-day break now. We're off to Dubai. I've seen the photos and everything. But now, when you kind of lose before an international break, this is what it feels like. The whole fan base is a bit deflated. Weighing up if we're going to go on and do anything this season. We've only got 2 trophies to contend for. If Liverpool beat Everton midweek next week, we're going to look at it and think maybe the Prem's gone. And then we're looking at the Champions League, and our history there doesn't say much. Bro, tell me what you're thinking about the rest of the season, because I'm a bit all over the place, I'll be honest.
I mean, the realism of the matter is that the season is done until Liverpool revive us. And we've had a couple of opportunities to take advantage of Liverpool draws and stuff. And those particular weekends, I think they must have been back in November, December. We were still just dropping points. They drop points, we drop points. They drop points, we drop points. When just on 2 of those occasions, if they drop points and we got the full 3 points, we would be back in with a shout. Liverpool, Everton this over this next week. Everton, I actually trust David Moyes.
He's got them. I think they've won 3 games back to back. Last Merseyside derby at Goodison. I'm really looking at Everton thinking they're getting something.
Yeah.
But,
and I don't necessarily believe they'll win the match, but they can get a draw. I really do believe that they can get a draw. But then when we're back in action, we have to capitalize. Like, what these guys owe us now is that we win the rest of our games this Premier League season.
Yeah.
And you vanquished the champions 5-1. So I don't really want to hear any other excuse, about players or who's in the team, who's not, injuries. Like, we're not at full strength now, and we beat these men 5-1.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely a thing where we just have to win. We have to win. I don't care if it's winning ugly. We have to win. Liverpool will drop points.
Yeah.
Arsenal cannot afford to drop points. We couldn't afford to drop points anyway. Like, we definitely can't now. Champions League, we'll have to see.
Yeah. I think the Champions League is going to be a bit of a crapshoot in terms of it depends who we get in the next in the round after they've done the preliminary round, in terms of I think round of 32 or whatever that they've introduced. I think our opponents were potentially Juve, AC. I want to say Monaco, maybe. I can't remember, but they're not. They don't seem to be easy games. And I saw today that with AC, they've got in the previous Porto manager. What was his name? Conceição, that we beat at Porto last season, and he's got something cooking for us if we get Milan. So that could be something else. But yeah, I mean, 10-day break is great, but you're still looking at the squad, which is like, we're not expecting any players back. Maybe Ben White potentially, but that's not attacking firepower. Of course, it does help refresh the squads. I heard Saka did go with the team. That's just PR because we know he's just going. He's just
went with the team where
to Dubai.
Oh,
yeah, he went to the team to Dubai. So yeah, I mean, people are getting excited, thinking that means he's more ready. But I'm just worried about this young boy. I'm worried about this guy that we're going to push him and see what he's capable of. And while we do need him, again, it's just an indictment on the club for not doing anything. I really feel like a capable body, not Morata, but a capable body would have been useful. But alas, we're out the Carabao Cup. Newcastle will face the winners of Tottenham and Liverpool, which is playing tonight at Anfield. Quickly, any predictions for that game? What do you think? I think Tottenham are 1-0 up at the moment.
I honestly couldn't care less. I want Newcastle to win the League Cup. Sorry, win the Carabao Cup. So I wouldn't mind Tottenham reaching the final and being embarrassed by Newcastle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't see how Tottenham get a positive result at Merseyside either.
Yeah.
Anfield.
Totally with you. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'd love Tottenham to go to the final and lose. I feel like Liverpool gets to the final. They just seem to get it done. Yeah. So, but I don't mind Newcastle winning, to be honest. But to be honest, like you, I don't really care. Since Arsenal gone out, I'm not going to really waste my time or bother.
Yeah.
Right. So we're coming towards the end of this session. Any last thoughts, bro? What do you think? What are you hoping for from Arsenal?
Like I said, we just have to get wins now. Like every game now is a cup final.
Yeah.
And we just have to go 1-0, cool, 3-0, cool, 2-1, cool, and just collect those wins. If anything, the Champions League is, I dread to say, where we should focus our energy. I think I put into the group at the time when we qualified, there's that nice situation of, I think, is it Man City, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid that are all on I don't know, one side of the tie or something like that. They can't all get through. Is it one of those three teams can only progress or something like that, basically?
Yeah, because they're all in the. I mean, Man City and Real Madrid are playing each other, so
yeah,
one of them are definitely going out, and I can't remember who Bayern have got, but again, who knows what can happen? And there's two different sides of the tie, so depending on the draw, that would depend. Maybe we might get. I don't even want to say anything, to be honest. I'm just pissing myself off right now, bro. Because I'll be like, oh, we're on the good side of the tie. Then we'll go and lose to Club Brugge or something. So
yeah, we're getting packed in by someone silly. But that's basically where we're not chasing anyone at that point. Or right now, we're very much in control. So again, we step into those matches, even if it's last 16, as it's the final, and just go every single match. People say that Arsenal are a big club and we shouldn't be playing every match like it's a final. We should have some, the semblance of control of the match, which I agree with. We should, but that's not where we find ourselves right now.
At all.
It's do or die sort of thing. But at the same time, I worry because if those 11 players on the pitch couldn't get themselves up for a journey and a match at St. James's Park last night, what can they get themselves up for? You had an opportunity to get yourself into the Carabao Cup final. You failed. So it's a difficult end to the season. We just have to remain positive and keep getting wins where we can. Champions League is probably, as crazy as it sounds, our better bet, but we just have to see.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think our next two games are Leicester away and then West Ham at home. So there's only two games in the next 3 or 4 weeks after we come back from Dubai, since we're out of the FA Cup as well. So I mean, those have to, it's not even it's a non-negotiable. Those have to be 6 points. Like you said, we can't drop any points. And I just really hope that this team can write a different story. It's very typical that we'll probably go on some magical unbeaten streak, maybe winning 90% of the games, but Liverpool won't falter enough, and then it'll be like, oh, we were almost perfect. And the one thing I will say again, we're missing goals. We're missing big goals from big players. And I know people bang on about us scoring 91 goals, more than the Invincibles, but they weren't in the key moments, because if they were, we would have won a league or two by now. Anyway, guys, do let us know. Do like and subscribe. Tell us what you think. How you feeling after the Carabao Cup loss? We got a bit of a break now. We can kind of, ourselves as fans, recenter, regroup, and yeah, we move. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.